The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. Hey, I had to use your mic a while ago.
Yeah, I saw that. That's all right. It got warmed up. Maybe it'll act right now.
As I told Odie, it's a weird thing of you get used to talking on one microphone, and I've used this particular one for forever, and I had to swap out an extra one I had, and it just didn't feel right. I had to put my original mic back in this new thing over here.
You can still tell it was not the right one.
Yeah.
And they all look alike.
They do. They're identical. but
still.
You get used to a feel, and it's weird how that happens there. So we may have to spend some extra money and get a little bit higher quality equipment in here.
Well, you know, like we were talking, when you're just using it every now and then and you were just doing like a simple podcast, it wouldn't be that bad. But you use your equipment more than Rush Limbaugh used his, you know.
It's janking it around, moving it every...
Yeah, I mean, you're on here all the time. So, I mean, it's getting this workout.
It is. So we got to buy something else. We'll put that into the wish fund of got to order it or got to have it.
That's right.
Good morning to everyone as we start this out. About 49 degrees. A little nip in the air outside.
It is. I'm hoping we get back to warming up, but it won't be long. We'll be all sitting here complaining that it's too hot, and we might as well take what we can now with this coolness in the morning.
74 is the high today. Now, we will get some rain on Thursday, so today and tomorrow, I doubt you'll be able to get your... I saw a young lady, and if I hadn't have been in a hurry yesterday, I would have stopped and helped her. But she had that X mark buried right on up there past the axle in the ditch in front of her house.
That's mine. I live so far down grade from the highway that it takes a while to get my yard really dried out. And sometimes I just, well, here we go. I've got to get this jungle cut, and I do it. Luckily, I've been okay. But
and, you know, used to, you could get off of your lawnmower and push them. Those old Murray riding lawnmowers, y'all know that. You ain't doing that now. With no,
put that dude in low gear so it didn't outrun you.
Yeah. But the new lawnmowers weigh as much as a car, and you're not going to get them unstuck without a truck or a winch from a four-wheeler. It's just, they're heavier.
And then you got to pull the old redneck ingenuity and take all these safety switches off of it.
Oh, yeah, because everything turns off.
Oh, yeah. If you don't have the parking brake on and this and on and that on, and then
it will not run.
It won't do anything.
That's the way they design everything. But it used to, you know, and it scares me. I have yet to do this, and I see other people do it, but with the new mowers, the old Murrays, you could lean on a hill and balance your weight. These new ones, I ain't doing it. I just ain't doing it.
Yeah, and they've got that roll bar.
I've heard of way too many people getting. It's a weird feeling.
And I'm sure that that's strong enough to help flip you back over, as long as you've got your seatbelt on. That's not going to do any good if you don't have your seatbelt on. But still, I don't want to test out the strength of that.
Me neither. That's just one of those things.
It looks good.
And I also saw something weird the other day that you don't see that very often. Somebody with a push mower. I was like, whoa, you go, brother.
Well, now, my push mower doesn't work right now. I'm going to have to do something to it. Imagine that. But that was some of my exercise, and I would cut the front yard and some of my backyard with my push mow.
Yeah, that is exercise.
That is tough. And then I'd cut the rest of my yard, the side yard, and everything else all out yonder and with my zero.
Nowhere else will you hear on morning television the word yonder like you do here.
That's right.
We just thought we'd go ahead and warn you.
Look, we don't have a schedule. We don't have a producer. We don't have this has got to be said at this time, and we don't use the typical newscast neutral language across, you know.
we speak your language is what we do.
Your language, and we bring it to you the way that y'all can understand it.
Absolutely there. And a good morning to everybody. One of the big headlines of this morning as you're waking up, let me go over and find this so I can get some of the facts of this as we find out that a car chase occurred last night.
And I went on mission. Now, they came down 45 out of.
Yeah, started at 514 there in Clark County, came on down, went up some side roads, and ended up on Skyland Drive. And I think it could have been maybe next of kin that they thought they were going to make it to. Well, it was up to speeds of about 120 miles an hour. The Clark County Sheriff's Department, no one was hurt, no one was injured, and the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department assisted there once they hit that line. Great teamwork. Somebody went to jail, and a bunch of felony charges will most likely be announced a little bit later this morning.
And that's going to be, he's got felony charges in Clark County and now felony charges in Lauderdale County. So
a little birdie told me early
double.
in the morning about 2 o'clock that this person may have already had some issues of outrunning the popo before.
Oh, you put so many people in danger when you run from the police. And I am one of those that do not want the police to back off. No, you ran for a reason, and we need to find out why.
Yeah, there's a reason.
There's a reason. So my other option is, and nobody likes it, but my other option is, if we issue a bazooka to all the law enforcement and you keep running, you won't pull over, we'll pull you over.
That will stop you.
After two of them, people will stop doing that.
Have you ever been through the training of the spikes? Because I've watched the law enforcement throw them out at the last second.
We didn't do the spikes training, so I hadn't went through it.
Now, I saw this new gizmo. I'd love to go to one of those trade shows where they introduce new products to where they throw it out and it goes up and it stops. It's like a brick wall that springs up.
They've got those, and they've got these that are deployable on the front of a patrol car.
Yeah, you drive up behind them.
Yeah, it's like a net, and it gets tangled up in that rear end, and you're done.
Yeah. The other, I guess, would be kind of like what would stop an airplane landing on a hangar. You know how they pop up and it catches it? Yeah. It would be something similar to that. But
every so often have some pipes come up out of the ground.
Yeah, that'll stop you. Ooh, somebody said they like a push more. Debbie, she said my son and his wife and boys use a push more there.
That's because you won't buy them a riding more.
There you go. That's the only reason they like it. Oh, let's see. Hello from the pool, Iron. Hillman watching.
Well,
that's kind of early for the pool.
Yeah.
But go ahead there. Sandy Johnson is up. Good morning. Glad to see you there. Enterprise joining us there. Miss Kathy there.
I saw Don watching us from Okeechobee, Florida.
Oh, that's down there.
Yeah. I bet he's a little warmer than we are.
All right. Kay says that the chase passed her house on 145 flying low.
Flying low.
And they were. Lots. I had an inbox full of what is going on, and that's what it was there. But they caught the guy that ran from the police. We don't know the reason yet why they ran. There has to be a reason, as you pointed out. You don't just run because you feel the need for speed.
No, not at all. And these officers now go through training for high-speed driving.
Yep.
You're not going to outdrive them. You're not going to beat them. You're going to get caught. Might as well pull on over. You've got one charge.
That's right.
Lay the 10 of them off that you're fixing to get, because you're going to get caught.
In the end, it always works that way. Good morning to you. Already 9 minutes after the hour as we begin an early Tuesday morning. We hope to bring a smile to your face. We still got our fireplace running just to be on the safe side, because I want to knock the chill out. You might want to do the same thing in your car.
Turn your defrost on, maybe let it run for about 5 minutes before you get in it today.
It'll take care of things.
That's right.
We'll be right back and tell you all the news and doings of things that have been going on.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real steel. Find yours.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure, or maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op. And welcome back as we begin this Tuesday. Again, 49 degrees as we warm up.
Yeah.
A big day yesterday in the West Lauderdale area. Let's go out and take a look at this as we see Josh Todd taking the mound as we go out. How many years did it take to get this started, Odie?
You know, he said he was working on this in 2008 from the supervisor's side, but I know the West Lauderdale community was wanting to build this center, and I want to say that they started selling chicken plates and everything else to purchase the land over 20 years ago.
And as you look at this, we got some more pictures here as we go down through here, all getting ready to walk up to this, and it was just a crowd of folks that showed up. Oh, Billy, he was there as well. It was just fantastic to see so many people out for this. And here's the kids as they take it. Let's go over here to where the ribbon cutting takes place. There we go. There's a good bird's eye view of what was going on there yesterday afternoon.
A bunch of kids out there. And so, maybe they'll have a good year this year and get a lot more people involved, a lot more kids involved to play ball. Be nice.
It's some nice fields, and I think they still hadn't completely finished everything. I think bleachers and a few other things are going to be added, so it should be where they can have a lot more games going on at one time. Also, 4 fields, that's a lot.
That's a lot, and I think other than the ball fields, they're going to do a walking track so people can go out there and walk and get your exercise and be a safe place to go.
Somebody told me as I was getting ready to leave, they go, "You have no idea how many cows Joe has cooked to get this place done."
Oh, you know.
It's been steak plate after steak plate sold.
Yeah. And he took part in all that and helped them raise the funds.
Yeah,
definitely.
A lot of folks that went behind the scenes there and made things happen. Also, I was downtown Meridian yesterday as they had a flag ceremony at Ochsner Rush. I almost said that wrong earlier. But as we go to this was the scene there yesterday. As we all know, donors are always needed. And if you'll notice here on the pictures there, Officer Croom's picture, one of these that are on the front line here. And it does save lives.
It does.
This young man here got, I think a liver transplant, I think is what he had said.
And so many people out there are waiting in line and needing life-saving donations, and all these people that you see their pictures in remembrance of is because they allowed a part of them to be used to continue on someone else's life.
Yeah, so a big thank you for all of those that came out yesterday to support that. It was a great program, and we appreciate that. Appreciate the invite to come down and be a part of all that was going on there. Sunny day, perfect weather for it as we got out and about yesterday. Let's see here. We did have some gunshots late yesterday afternoon. 28th Avenue is where we have to go to for these as we zoom in on this and take this. This would be west of 23rd over in this area here before you get to, here's the hospitals. It's due north of there to the west there. So no one hurt, no one injured. Now, I have yet to hear back as we sent a request to the Meridian Police Department of the juvenile that was shot, wounded, taken to the hospital. We have not gotten a report back or any explanation from the Meridian Police Department as to what went on or what the investigation is leading them to. We'd like to know more.
Get back on that.
Let's hope so. Nice.
We got a Sweet 16 to Rayleigh Turk out there.
Boy, big one there.
Yeah, milestone. 16 years old. Happy birthday, Rayleigh.
It's going to get fast after this. You just be careful.
Just hold on. And there's Miss Spunky Roberts out there watching us this
What
morning.
is she doing today?
Hey, y'all. Probably putting up with Buck.
Bless her heart. That's the best we can say to that, isn't it? As we look, there's a benefit coming up, and we go to Clark County Rolling Fork, getting ready for pancake breakfast on Saturday. It will run 7 until 10 o'clock that morning there at the Rolling Creek Fire Department. We hope if you live in that community, you can go out and support them, go do some pancakes. That's real popular with fire departments.
It is.
Pancakes.
It's easy and it's good. Even if you don't live in the area, go out there and support them. You can't beat the food. You can't beat the camaraderie. Like, I practiced that word for 3 hours.
That's a tough word there, Odie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that group, the Commodores.
Yeah, you just
Let's
have
come
to
on
let
over. Let's have some Commodores.
You just got to let it roll on off. That's all.
What was the big song of the Commodores that I guess it was Lionel Richie that took the group? Once, twice, three times a redneck.
Yeah, that works.
But 3 times a lady. That was the big one, wasn't it?
It was.
And then he went on to be the belly rubbing king of slow dancing music.
Oh yeah. Wrote a lot of his own songs.
What was that? Hello, is it you?
Hello,
is it
me you're looking for? Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the solid gold dancers. It's
Whoop,
coming.
whoop.
I will.
She was looking through those pictures of Ochsner's Rush. She
Yeah.
said she could not find that picture of Ricky and Ward kissing Solly.
Oh, were they? There was a picture that they were all and I didn't get my camera up in time, and they said, "Well, you'll get it next time." But they were all in a big huddle together, and I missed that.
Yeah,
they need to be kissing. We'll get a picture of that and bring it to you live next time.
Have them recreate that and send
moment.
us a picture.
Yeah, it'd be a good one there.
There we go.
Most likely, as you're out and about today, this has been just about every day. We want to remind you of this because you can slip up on this in that curve. It is consistently one-lane travel here as we go here to take a look at Highway 493 in the curve by the Covingtons, if you want to word it that way, or if you want to word it by Lee's Bait and Tackle, right there next to where the beer joint used to be back in the 60s and 70s. Is that what it was?
I think it was the sun drop.
How do you know that name?
The sign was out
Your
there.
mama's watching. I just want to remind you.
The sign was out there.
I could remember as a kid going to see my grandmother and coming around. There was always somebody trying to back out at 11 o'clock at night. I can't tell you how good they were backing out. But I remember it had to be a ton of wrecks in that curve back in the day.
And it's, it shouldn't be too much longer, and they'll have this open. But yeah, definitely make sure that you're safe while you're going through there.
Yeah, and it kind of slips up on you, and there's flagmen, and don't be glancing down on 493 right now, not paying attention to the road.
No, not at all.
Slip up on you before you know
We
it.
had a 16 birthday. Now we've got a 12. We'll have to look. Ariana. I'm not sure if that
Last
was
name?
of a last name, but 12 years old. So Ariana, happy 12th birthday.
We're not sure if Leslie Joyner went there yet, but she's saying the name is wrong. It was the Dewdrop Inn.
Dewdrop.
Was that it? Because,
Why'd I
that
say-
was on the
yeah.
Waltons where what's-his-name played.
Yeah, why did I say the sun drop in? Dewdrop
You
in.
were trying to make it politically correct there and change
That's right.
the Dewdrop Inn. Where did that name, but it was so popular back in the day. Every nightclub was called the Dewdrop Inn.
Had a lot of them. So somebody started one, and it kind of got in the news and made it big. And
It was the DEW, not DO. Do. I ain't believing you remembered that. I am not believing that.
You know, if we're talking about
Here she
names,
come.
you get on 493,
Yeah.
and you come into Drip Off, Mississippi.
Drip Off Mississippi.
You know where Hagewood Store was?
Yeah.
That's Drip Off, Mississippi.
Why would I've never known that in all my
I don't know.
I was out by where Faith Hill grew up, and I was trying to get back way into Jackson one day off of 49, and I went through Possum Town, and I thought, there's no way. There's a Possum Town, Mississippi. Sure enough, it was. There was a city limit sign.
Where
Community.
else you going to have a Possum Town but in Mississippi?
Ooh, have mercy. Scotty Ray along with Odie will be right back as we begin this day for you.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April the 15th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and conveniently located at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show coming Saturday, April the 15th from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
And good morning to Enterprise. Deanne joins us from there this morning.
Yeah, we've had a lot that's come on and said good morning, and we've kind of missed it's hard to catch all of it as it flows, but
doing our
we
best
try.
there.
Yeah.
No, thankfully, we got a lot of people who do that. If you'd like to join in on that as you're watching on television, Facebook, Scotty Ray Report, or on YouTube at sammedia.network. Easy to find there. Just Google my name and it'll pop up there. 18th Avenue Bridge, we all know that right past the railroad tracks as you're going down past North Frontage Road and you're getting ready to go toward the hospitals. We had a car yesterday stall at the red light. I know it's hard to see, but right out in there is where it stalled there, and had to get a record, get that out of the way there so everybody could get moving. You see this on television, and I meant to mention it. This happened over the weekend, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to the chief of how it ended up, but I did get word every now and then what you call, and I think the slang word that I learned from this, and I've giggled ever since somebody told me this, the suck-up truck. Which the suck-up truck is the truck where you didn't make your payment on your car. It's not funny that the suck-up truck was there to get it, but we had somebody that really didn't want it to leave and jumped in the car after it was attached to the car in Marion and didn't want to give up. You see that on those TV shows where they're burning rubber trying to get away from them?
Yeah, you might as well let it go.
Because they're coming back one way or the other.
Back. Yeah.
No one was injured in all of that, but what a scene it was.
I can imagine. Miss Beverly said, Drip-Off Springs, my great-great-grandpa, David Montgomery Brown's land, he built Center Hill School on part of his property.
Now, that's a piece of history I did not know.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And if anybody's noticed, the last remaining little bit of Center Hill School is starting to come down. I saw the blocks laying on the ground there behind the Dollar General the other day, and I've seen so many pictures of Center Hill School, and through the years, just a thing gone.
And there was some people that's tried to get something going, make it a skate park, something to keep that building going, but don't know if the support just wasn't there or what it was. And
a little late now.
A little late now. We've lost about all of our little community schools that we had. One we lost in a fire out in Martin. This one, and just tough to see that those historical school buildings we're losing them.
As we keep track of what goes on in the community, this would be just off of Highway 19 as we go to the west there of Highway 19 over to Old 8th Street Road. We knew that gunshots happened as we go here to take a look, but Ward Calhoun let us know yesterday afternoon that a home was struck 5 times by bullets. They are investigating this. I know they know who it is, and I'm sure charges are pending as the investigation goes. But no one was miraculously hurt. This happened on Westwood Drive, Odie.
Yeah, that's a nice little area on 65th right there between 8th and 19th.
Right. But a home was struck with shells. We figured this had some type of domestic type issue going on with it. As this develops and they investigate this more and more, we'll know more on this as it comes along. Also,
Candace said her mom played basketball for Center Hill School.
Really?
I don't remember Candace playing baseball. What, did you play basketball or anything, Candace?
Did she?
No, you was a cheerleader.
Oh, that's right.
Whoop,
right.
whoop.
Let me see. I need to go back here, and I got a picture of her and her husband. I caught them yesterday staring at the ball game. I don't know if I can get to it.
Was
in
he
time.
smiling?
Well, he had his back to me. I think I did get one of them together, though, if I am not mistaken. Let me see here. Let's check in on. Let's do a Candace update. Let me find this picture here. Let's embarrass her this morning. Let's see what we can do to her. Get a smile on Candace. Let's see here. Here we go. Here's Candace.
Kurt is smiling.
You know why he's smiling, don't you? She told him she had some bacon cooked at the house. And he was like, oh, yeah.
She was going to cook that night. He didn't have to.
Oh, bless his heart. We had some deputies on scene yesterday also doing their job there. Great job by all. And again, thank you to everybody that showed up for that yesterday afternoon. Hey, we got word on this that full moon on 5th, because of the rain last week, has been rechanged and rescheduled. It's going to be Friday the 14th from 6 until 9 down at City Hall in front of Jimmy Smith's place there. It's a big building there downtown.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Y'all come on down and enjoy. Those are usually entertaining.
Yes, they are. And it's, to keep something like that going and activity going, go down there and support this and be with them.
Candace is trying to confiscate. Boy, she spelled that word right, didn't she? She's all over this morning, trying to confiscate a camera.
Confiscating a camera.
Candace, I didn't show the one of you staring off into the distance there. I could have, but I didn't.
But he didn't. Miss Joy says she played basketball at Center Hill. She was also nice, but she made sure that we were in the band. She kept us in line. But
I forgot to give you a message. You in trouble, Odie, is all I got. This was brought up. We were sitting there having Easter lunch, and they said you need to ask that dude that hangs out with you if he remembers calling somebody mean old Mrs. Creel on the bus years ago.
Ooh.
Did you ever say that, Odie?
I might have.
She was so funny about it. She goes, yep, I remember Odie on the school bus.
Well, I was probably doing something for her to jump on my butt by. Well, that's just mean.
Oh, boy.
They were, that was back in the day where it wasn't, if I did something wrong, whatever adult was around took care of that.
Right.
And my mom and daddy got mad if somebody else had to discipline me. And it wasn't mad at the one that was disciplining them. It was mad at me for having somebody else do that. I got hurt again.
Yeah, well, if you done something at school, you got it at home.
Sure did.
Nowadays, it comes home, and as well as the kids and the teacher's fault that you got in trouble. Isn't that the way this kind of works?
Yeah, that's what they want to say. But I see Lost Gap Fire and Rescue is watching, and y'all go on Facebook. I don't have the flyer in front of me. Go on Facebook, go to Lost Gap Fire and Rescue. And they're starting to sell Boston butts, I believe, for a fundraiser, and it's going to be a pre-sale. So go on there and get in touch with Lost Gap. Scotty Ray's got this thing just hopping and going. But they're getting ready to do their big fundraiser of the year. And I tell you, I like it when you get a Boston butt or a slab of ribs because, man, you turn around and
found some triggers.
You got some meat in the refrigerator for a little while, and I'll get that date. It's coming up. I want to say the time to give out or pick up is April 24th. I want to say, so you still got a little bit of time. But
I'll get that. I don't think they've got it posted to their page yet, but that's the page. If they'll get that and get it to us, we'll be glad to share that information.
And I think Braxton gave it to me. I just hadn't done anything with it. Whoops. I'm sorry.
Look, and I noticed, and I owe a huge apology to Clark County. I got to dig it in my inbox last night, and I see where I missed a message about wanting to come on to talk about the Todd Tillman concert. So my apologies and deepest regrets to the Clark County Chamber of Commerce. I totally missed that. And bring Todd back, and I'll redo that.
Yeah, y'all do it again. Tell him you want to redo.
Whoops. But again, my apologies on that. Good morning to you. 7:30 already. Y'all hang on. We're going to go back and talk about a few things going on in history next.
Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
And well, as we talk about career changes, MCC has always got something for you there. And you and I were just talking about this of sleep studies. Well,
yeah, I mean, this could really save someone's life if you quit breathing at night, or if you have snoring that's really out of control. Don't ask Amy because she'll tell you mine is. But
they teach you this.
They teach you this and teach you what about these machines that people wear at night to keep the airflow and all that. So you can get your certification for respiratory care practitioner.
And all that goes with the CPAPs and things of that nature.
CPAP, sleep studies, and you can work in the hospitals,
nursing homes,
sleep labs, nursing homes, all this. And you can change your career and get that education right here at home in Meridian with the Meridian Community College Respiratory Care Practitioners Study.
That's a full mouth of words there, but boy, they'll train you up and get you going there. And Christina Brown is a lady to talk to. Miss Bradley out there. You can reach her at 484-8752 if you'd like to know a little bit more about all of that.
That's right.
It really does get you a good night's sleep there.
And they say it's good for your partner.
Oh, really? Yeah, they get to sleep then.
They get to sleep.
We've brought up as we look back on things and happened in history. Now, I talked about this earlier this morning of what was going on in Florida. Parents were outraged. They found a book, The Diary of Anne Frank. I think most of us know who that is.
Or
should, yes. She lost her life. She was one of the 6 million Jewish people that lost their lives in the Holocaust. Parents found a book, and this is no kidding, that was, I hate to even say it out loud, to where she was imagining thoughts about, I'm not even going there now, I won't even go there, but it was taking history and twisting it. And it brings to mind of things that happened. We've talked about this show before, Hogan's Heroes. But a lot of people don't realize this little guy there survived that and went on to be on a show that was a laughing matter and had fun. Robert Clary, he was liberated on this day from a concentration camp. He was one of 14 children. The rest of his brothers and sisters would perish there. As he got out years later, he would find out that 2 to 3 of his other brothers did make it. They were not taken there, but 14 family members lost their lives in concentration camps.
And
this is
family.
Not made up. This happened. It's a part of history.
Covering it up. If we cover this up or put out false narratives because somebody didn't want to hear the truth, this will happen again.
That's right.
History will repeat itself if you don't study history. And the way we're trying to cover up history
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. That's how we got to where we are now. We need to use history to learn from history and quit covering it up.
Now, I don't remember the character's name on this TV show, but boy, y'all really loved this show back in the day. Is each week you would go at home and flip. No, you would turn the turn the TV channel to watch Designing Women, and his real name, you pronounce that Mashak?
Mashak Taylor.
Right.
That's the way I take it.
And I can't for the life of me remember his character's name on Designing Women, but it was a huge hit back in the day. People loved that TV show.
That's another one though Charlene had on.
Charlene had it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't help but see it there. 1953, can you imagine what the number one song in America was?
Wow.
This was big. And as we look across the trunk of that caddy, I think you will remember it. Your Cheating Heart Will Tell on You was on the number one chart in America on this very day there. We got a name. It was Anthony was his name from Designing Women. With Women.
I'll take it because I sure don't remember it. So you're right. Our freedom has a deadly cost.
You're absolutely right there.
Yep.
I agree with that 100%. As we look at this, 1964, Mississippian was born, and he would later get the new Mississippi State song. It's his. He wrote it, as we see that Steve Azar, Waiting on Joe, I Don't Have to Be Me Till Monday, was born on today. Come from the Mississippi Delta there.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
They will track you down.
Yeah.
And yet to be me tonight. I'd never watched this TV show, but it would go down in history as the last one that aired on this day back in 1966. I wasn't even thought of at that point in time. Do you remember Hazel? Did you ever watch that?
I don't think I watched Hazel.
Okay, me neither. I don't remember it. I'm sure a few of you do, but it was a TV show.
It may be out there somewhere on TV land. But
one of the most famous lines that you'll ever hear from a song was the opening remark of, there's only two things in life that make it worth living: guitars and firm-feeling women. And it would be the number one song in 1977, Lukenbach, Texas.
Man, that was
Waylon and Willie and the Boys.
That's it.
There ain't nothing like some Way More.
Woo!
Waylon Jennings. And you know, and I think back I met Waylon several times, but at that moment that I met him for the first time, I really did not realize the living legend that was standing before me. I did not realize that.
It didn't register.
Years later, I would go, wow, I met Waylon Jennings.
Man, how cool is that?
It was. 1981, it was like, how did this guy get her? Oh, it was money.
That's right.
Eddie Van Halen married, that's Valerie and Eddie married. He had more hair than she did. Seriously, look at that.
Yeah.
And you were one of those that had all that, weren't you?
I had hair kind of like that.
Yeah, that's what the rumor is.
I'll have to see if I can't find a picture.
Cassie also remembers that Anthony was the character's name there on Designing
So y'all
Women.
are right. See, we got some smart people that pay attention.
I'm telling you, I don't always remember everything that went on. I've never listened to any of this music, but I know she's a big star in her own right in that genre of music. And I don't know exactly what it is, but a lot of you will know who Josh Stone is.
I don't, and I may know the songs if I hear it. It doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I don't think she sang that one either.
She probably not.
Yeah, I don't know that. But as we turn back and we go to the cover of TV Guide 1987, he was dry, bland, but it was still funny, as we remember Bob Newhart being on it.
Man.
1987 was the cover of that. And this little guy right here, I don't remember his name, but he was funny. He was just kind of...
He's played in a lot of... And he was always support.
Yeah.
But always comic relief. Kind of like Greg.
What was it? I got to remember something about him. It'll come to me in a minute. 1987, we also had, this is one of the few times that somebody in their 40s would break out and become a huge star in their own, that late in life.
Yeah.
As the number one album was K.T. Oslin in 80s Ladies. They burned Braziers and they done some other things. I don't remember the rest of the song, but she was kind of cocky there. And it made it. A lot of women identified with that back in the day.
Yeah.
And she'd done that song of, "Hey, Bobby, want to go for a ride with me in my new convertible?" You remember that?
I don't remember
Hey,
that.
Bobby.
Right.
She had a few others, but she was it. Bless her heart, I think she's passed away since then.
I hate that.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. A few other things. 2005, what was the number one song? You'll remember this. He's been to Meridian several times.
Yes, he has.
A favorite at the Neshoba County Fair. Stands about 6'25". It's
Yeah. Ooh.
He's a big old boy.
If you need some help, get him. He'll come over and clear a room.
He's so big and bad that his wife shot him once, and he goes, "Did you shoot me?"
What was that for? How?
Have you ever watched the documentary about that?
No, I hadn't.
Having an argument there at the kitchen table there, and she just went ahead and shot him. And he said there's friends now.
Well, she knows not to shoot him again because it didn't do any good.
And I want to say he's gotten another divorce. I don't know what caused that, but that first one there, she let him have it. And I have a good friend that used to ride to high school with him, and he said they had a bad wreck going to high school one morning with a pickup truck. He said it was bad, and they all climbed out, and Trace dusted himself off and kept right on going, went on to school.
Oh, man.
I can't say that this was one of my favorite comedians ever, but was he? How do you describe this guy?
You know, it's kind of hard to really, you can't. He was a comic, and he was good.
Not many men wear red overalls.
No, And I guess that was, did he play in
He made a guest.
Mork and Mindy?
I think he done a guest appearance on there, and it was, I can't describe it.
No.
Correct. He was funny. Jonathan Winters was just really different, in my opinion.
He was. He was almost like Pee Wee Herman different.
Well, I won't touch that at all.
So
let's just think about something else.
I mean, how else do you describe it?
I don't know. That's why I couldn't come up with a name. You just had to go on out there, didn't you? You jumped right out there on the limb there and said it.
Oh, man.
Whew, 741. Scotty Ray and Otis. Mr. Ribs over here. We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. You know, as we talk about things in the community, these are the folks that help you get your home. Honest dependability. I've known Amanda, well, since time began, since I've been here. Great people there. If you'd like to meet her and find out where you can get a home, they can do this. You can visit online, SnowdenRealEstate.com. Maybe you need to sell your home. They do that also. Anything that's going on with a home, they do this. Whether it's land, a home, maybe you need one built. Talk to them about all of this. They can do that. And you'll see these sold signs all over town. Amanda and her team do this. You can find them there in the North Hills area, drop in, and choose from different homes. They got it from here in Lauderdale County all the way Clark, even over toward the Jackson area. They can offer you all of this. Here's our team, 453-3937. If you're looking for a home, don't do it without talking to them first. They can let you know everything that's going on with that. Who is this? See, Mary said she liked KT Island. She always wore that little white glove type thing there. before Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Maybe that's where he got it from.
It could be. Let's see. I'm going to let you repeat this line. Some lines I just feel that I should not repeat.
I've heard of a tall glass of water, but Anita says, and I hope she's talking about Trace, and said he's a tall glass of yum-yum.
Never have I heard anything put quite like that.
Oh, me.
I guess that's a big compliment there.
You know, talking about in history, 1976. One thing that we wanted to say was going to change our life, it did change our life, and there's always a debate whether it was good or bad. Apple I computer came out today.
Did it? So that would be Steve Jobs, right?
Yep, I believe so. So that was taking it from DOS, where you had to write your own programs from everything, and then condensed it to having an operating system.
I walked through the living room the other day, and what was it? Ghost was on. You remember the old computers, that big computer screen where they were?
That was something.
Just popped in my mind there. We've talked about, remember the 6-year-old who went to school and shot his school teacher?
Yeah.
They'd done absolutely nothing to the child, but now a grand jury has indicted the mother for having a gun too available and loaded for the child to take to school. We'll find out and follow this story in Virginia as we learn more about this in the upcoming days. And we briefly touched on this at 6:30 of the shooting that happened in Kentucky yesterday. You just don't think of a banker flipping out and took out 5 co-workers, knew them all.
And, you know, they said that he was on his way out, knew he was being
let go.
I don't know if they said, okay, we give you 2 weeks or what, but, you know, being in over his head, I guess he flipped out.
Right there's the guy.
And just lost it. I bet he got a participation trophy.
Something like that.
And may not have realized what it meant to go through a hard time.
Man alive. Everybody's been through that at some point in their life.
And I hate that it come down to that.
Oh, how horrible it was. Innocent people.
But they took him out.
They did. And that's the way it should have been done.
And that's the way it should have been done.
But he took at least 5 people before he was. One of the most saddest things that we've had to report in a while. Hate to even do that. Let's see here. Joe finally signed off on ending COVID after 3 years. It was sent in from the House, and he signed it into law. All that's finally going away, the emergency COVID stuff. So
I wonder if he really knows what he signed.
Probably not. I just
made sense.
Yeah.
So he probably didn't have a clue what he was signing. Okay, I'll sign right here.
Y'all know that he is told exactly what to do every single day.
Yeah. Now that's J-O-E.
I'm not so sure his wife doesn't sign some of that stuff.
Got a rubber stamp.
We go over to Clinton, Mississippi, which is due west of here, just a tad west of Jackson. A police chase was underway. The guy wrecks his car. He jumps out and attempted to take a car from somebody else. They're going to slap those charges on him also for attempted carjacking. You know, we don't hear a lot of that in Meridian. It does happen from time to time. Keep your car doors locked. They can't take your car unless you got your door unlocked. Most cars automatically do it now, but occasionally one can be unlocked. So just keep that in mind. So if you're sitting at a red light, no one can just jump up and grab it.
And if somebody tries to open your door, I'm not going to tell you what I would do.
Just think, what would Odie do?
Just think, what would Odie do?
Let's see here. We talked about what happened in Marion of a guy jumping in there trying to drive off with his car attached to the wrecker. We go to Noxubee County, just due north of here. If you've been to Mississippi State, you've been through the lovely city of Macon, Mississippi, or, well, maybe the 4-lane there where they lost the boat with no trailer.
They still fishing and ain't caught nothing.
Nothing at that 4-way stop. The repo man was assaulted. Yep, he pulled up to do his job, and, well, he was jumped on by a guy that didn't make his payment. So, well, we feel bad about that. Yeah, is any truth to that? Greg used to do that? Was a repo man one time?
I think he may have. He drove that wrecker, and Greg, he's done a little bit of everything.
We'll have to get the hindsight of a guy that used to do that.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Those shows are. If you've ever watched one of those repo shows to where they pull up, do it quickly, don't tie the car down and they get away from the scene and then go drive down the road and do
that's
that.
the way most of them do. Look at Charlene's going to call me out.
Odie used
to do that. I had a little company, and we went and repoed.
Oh, you did do that?
Yeah.
Is there anything you haven't done?
And a lot of that stuff that you see on TV is
made up, so to speak?
It's made up. It's for TV. Yeah, there's some that get an attitude. And there's some words that can be said, and you can't pick up that car. I'm not going to say it here. And if that happens, that's fine. We can't get your car at your house. But we can get your car at Walmart.
Yeah, you hear that a lot because people report, hey, my car was stolen from Walmart. I went inside, and then come to find out it was due to lack of payment.
Well, we always, every time we took someone's car, we always give everybody the opportunity. Hey, look, I've got a repo order from your bank. They've repoed it. Look, let us get the car, take it in. You make amends with your bank, and you can get your car back. Most of the time, it worked. It worked out. They knew they wasn't going to win.
Right.
Some of them was like, no. So we didn't let the problem happen. But all right, go ahead. It's fine. We left, and we stuck somebody else out there to kind of watch. And when that car left and went somewhere to a shopping center, then we went and got it without anybody around. Of course, we always let the police know. We would call dispatch and say, hey, look, this is who I am. This is what we did. This car here is not stolen. When they came out and called it in, that's when they'd tell them.
But I do get a lot of reports from around town that, hey, somebody's chasing a wrecker.
It's got a car on the back.
They're headed toward the police station.
There was a guy who had a green, what was it? It was a Jeep Cherokee. And we were looking for a green Jeep Cherokee. Got to know this guy because we'd see him and we'd turn around and get back behind him, and we did that probably about 5 or 6 times. And he was like, it's me. And it's like, all right, just had to make sure. And then finally we found the car. It was at the shop, and we got the car and took it. And then it was about a week later, I saw that guy, and I was like, hey, we got the right one, so we're good now. But he was like, golly, come on, quit chasing me down.
752 with a former repo man. Now we know.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie. And one thing is for sure, if you're looking for a job, we got some folks that would like to talk to you. Have you swung by over at Nick and Al's lately? Open interviews Monday through Thursday. If you're looking for a job, drop in. They got wait staff, cooks, all types of positions available. Drop in today if you're looking for a job, and maybe they can take care of you. Go by for an interview.
That's right. Go see them and tell them you heard about it on the Scotty Ray Show.
934-0598. If you need that, inbox me, and we'll give you that number there. If you're looking for a job and you want to make an honest living with great folks, that's a place to start there. That's Janet, right. Good morning to you. I'm glad to see you up and at 'em. Let's see here. Good morning from Bruce, Mississippi, joining us also there.
Here we go.
Now, as you go back, and you'll remember watching, 310 from Yuma, if you remember that, one of the scenes that was in there was when he's trying to escape that sheriff guy said something about he didn't like his mama, and he goes, even bad men love their mama. Well, we go to headlines across the state of Mississippi where a Mississippi man is accused of killing his mother.
That is something that I just could not. There's no way.
He's 48. She was 68.
And probably told him no. And if he's 48, then he lived during that time where you didn't get a participation trophy.
That's right.
I don't know what his deal was.
But I'm sure he'll get life without parole or something to that.
Well, life without parole. Now, why are we having to pay for him to live in a box, sucking up electricity, sucking up oxygen, sucking up food?
There you go.
Sucking up a building we got to pay for him to be there forever. I think there's a quicker way, him to go on up there and go to the manger and see where his life's going to be.
But things have changed. You know how it works now. Yeah. We go south of here to Brookhaven, Mississippi. I almost have to agree with the police chief. They are taking away, is what he says, the rights of the voters in Brookhaven. The city council got together and voted out the right to vote in the chief of police. It will be an appointed thing now. He will fill out his last 2 years of this, and then it will go to an appointed process. They didn't get along for whatever reason, and they've now changed all that.
Well, maybe that's because you didn't control him, because the people did.
That's right.
And he wasn't working for you. I don't know how many people, 5, and he was working for the people?
I'd almost like to see that in the Meridian area where the police chief of Meridian would be elected.
I do, just like the sheriff.
Yeah, better yet, let's just go ahead and combine it and make one police department. I hear that a lot. Everywhere I go, people bring that up. I don't have the answer. I wish I did know to tell you a little bit more about that, but that is one of the most talked about subjects there is.
That Britt said that guy was convicted of killing his brother 5 years ago.
The same guy that killed his mother. You're right.
So how do you kill your brother 5 years ago and you're out to kill your mama?
That's a system that is failing us.
And I know that everybody's got different opinions, but if that dude would have had a joint in his hand, he'd have gotten 20 years right off the bat. But he killed somebody, and he's out 5 years later to go kill another person.
Sad it is. We want to say thank you for dropping by. We're coming back tomorrow morning. Like it or not, we'll be right here.
23 hours from now. Y'all join us.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.